You know exactly what you are going to do before you do it, and you do it anyway, and then you spend the rest of the night trying to explain yourself to God. Stay with me until the end of this one. There is something I am going to leave for you, and if today is one of those days, I want you to screenshot it or write it down, because you are going to need it again. I used to think the problem was that I did not want to change badly enough. That is not what I found. In Romans chapter 7, verse 19, "For the good which I desire, I don't do, but the evil which I don't desire, that I practice." There's a part of this I have never said out loud, not even in my own prayers. I will get to it before this is over. That verse used to make me feel worse, not better. If a man who wrote most of the New Testament could not win this fight in his own strength, what business did I have thinking I would? But I read it wrong for years. I thought Paul was confessing failure. He was describing a war that every honest believer fights, and naming the truth was the first thing that had ever actually helped. For a long time, I called it a bad habit, a slip, a season. Words that made it sound smaller than it was. Words that let me keep some distance from what was actually happening inside me. Then I found language for it that I could not soften anymore. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 17, "For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary to one another, that you may not do the things that you desire." That was not a bad habit. That was a war. And you cannot lose a war you refuse to admit you are fighting. I had spent years treating myself like the enemy, like the fact that I still wanted the wrong thing meant nothing in me had actually changed. That is not the truth of it. Two forces are pulling in opposite directions inside the same person, and being pulled does not mean you have already lost. So I started hiding it instead. Not from other people, from myself. I got good at explaining it away 5 minutes after it happened, at making the story make sense by morning. That is the part I have not said out loud. How much energy I spent managing the appearance of being okay instead of actually becoming okay. And that is where it caught up with me. In Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13, "He who conceals his sins doesn't prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces them finds mercy." I had it backwards. I thought hiding it was how I protected what little ground I had left. Hiding it was the ground giving out from under me. Mercy was never on the other side of getting it right. It was on the other side of stopping the performance. I had been so afraid that saying it out loud would be the end of something, when the whole time it was the only door that actually led anywhere. If you are still watching this because some part of you just recognized itself, I need you to hear the next part before you look away. The nights got heavier before they got lighter. In Psalm chapter 6, verse 6, "I am weary with my groaning. Every night I flood my bed. I drench my couch with my tears." Nobody warns you that naming the truth honestly can feel worse for a while before it feels better. I was not more broken in that season. I was finally looking straight at what had been true the whole time. There is a specific kind of tired that comes from fighting the same battle alone in the dark, night after night, and telling no one. I did not need someone to fix it in that season. I needed to stop pretending I was not that tired. And somewhere in the middle of that, something shifted. Not because I found more willpower, because I stopped pretending the fight was optional. I was afraid that admitting how often I fell would be the thing that finally proved I was never really his to begin with. That fear does not hold up. In Micah chapter 7, verse 8, "Don't rejoice against me, my enemy. When I fall, I will arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord will be a light to me." He did not say if I fall, he said when. The falling was already accounted for. The getting back up was never in question. And that is the part I could not have told you a year ago, because I did not believe it yet. I thought grace was for people who fell less than I did. I did not understand that grace was built for exactly this, for the fall itself, not just for the recovery after it. And I know I am not the only one sitting in this. Some of you have been managing an image of yourself for so long that you forgot there was another way to live. Some of you have not told a single person how many times this actually happens because you are afraid of what it would mean about you if they knew. I'm telling you what it means. It means you are still in the fight. It does not mean you are disqualified from it. You do not have to explain yourself into being acceptable. You just have to stop hiding the thing that is already seen. Naming it out loud is not the collapse. It is the beginning of the part where you actually get free. If this found you today, comment faithful so we can pray over you and what you are carrying. Leave it in the comments and we will bring it before Him with you. Stay until the very end. We left something there for you. Screenshot it or write it down if you need to, and keep it close for the nights when the darkness talks louder than the truth does. Subscribe for your daily spiritual reset. We will be here. We see you. We are here for you.